My name is Greg Wiet from Columbus, Ohio, at The Ohio State University and Nationwide Children's Hospital. Really began my experience with the board probably about at least 10 years ago. We had a long-standing tradition of some of the other faculty in my department, actually former department chairs, who two of us had become directors previously, and so they really always spoke highly of board involvement. And so as I was a young faculty member there, I got involved basically through them with item writing and oral board examination, and kind of stayed in the ranks through that whole process, becoming a senior board examiner and then eventually a director about 4 years ago in 2000. Two of my mentors, Brad Welling and Dave Schuler, were board directors as well. And again, they spoke such highly of it. And really, universally, they said, this is probably one of the best experiences of their entire career. And I certainly agree with them, with that aspect. And just what you do has such great impact. Not only with the specialty, potentially with the public, and just steering the certification and the follow-up and the practice of otolaryngology head and neck surgery is a daunting task, but quite rewarding. The other directors are incredibly excellent people, not only just in their field, but ethically and just their thought processes. And I've learned so much from the other directors as well. It's just been a great privilege. The organization of medicine, the thought processes, it's really, I think, one of the main things that have really been changing in the board over the last few years is people really understanding what the board does. When you're in training, you say, well, they're going to do my certification, and once I'm certified, that's the end of it. I'll never hear or see them or what have you. But that really has changed with the continuing certification and the involvement, and I see what a great positive impact that is. And from that perspective, it has an incredible impact on your clinical care, with keeping up with what the latest is, what your colleagues feel are important for folks to know. And I think there's been just an incredible outreach of the board to the volunteers, having them more involved with even some of the day-to-day processes of what the board does with respect to exam composition. That's been an incredible thing to involve more people in that aspect. Two things come to mind. First of all, the strategic long-range planning exercise that we did about a year and a half ago really set us up for seeing what we could potentially do and some of the potential issues that may arise, and then planning for those. One of the results of that has been the reorganization of the oral board, which is probably the largest undertaking that the board has decided to do, maybe even in and of its history, other than just the beginning of it. It's a very, very much a change in the paradigm of the way we do things. I think it's much more representative and informative about the practice and the pulse of the practice in the country, and what people are actually doing. I would just say it's just an incredible privilege. I think the more you become involved, the more you learn about the board, the more impact it has in your own life, the lives of your colleagues, and in the development of the specialty. You don't really see that unless you get involved with the entire process. And I really universally, I find that even the new volunteers find it such an incredibly sort of inspiring experience for them that they never really understood until they became involved. And so I think for me, just being involved at that level and the impact it has is just very rewarding.